was asked to actually share some yoga experiences of the Golden Age also. I mean, these were not visions, but they were very, very clear experiences and almost like a vision, you could say. I mean, an example of this would be, Baba asked us to churn them early. So, I mean, towards the end of the confluence age is this period now. I mean, Baba says if we make the appropriate effort and, have yoga and churn the knowledge, then Baba will keep giving experiences. I mean, we heard about in the beginning of the yajna how many souls actually had visions. And many of the visions, Krishna, the Golden Age, I mean, things like that. And of course, that they were there to sustain Baba's children right at the beginning because they didn't have knowledge. I mean, there was no knowledge. Well, there was the basic foundation of knowledge, but it was not refined. And of course, the knowledge of the soul being a point didn't really sort of happen until the early 60s. So that period of the visions, Baba said, will be at the end as well. But first of all, of course, we need to make the effort, have constant remembrance of Baba and churn the knowledge and follow all of Baba's Shrimat, all of Baba's instructions on how to become pure. So, I mean, one of the experience I had, and this is through putting yourself, I mean, if we think about, Baba created the subtle regions to actually give us an experience. And one of those regions, of course, is Vishnupuri. So Baba uses this in order to give the children experiences of the Golden Age. So, I mean, if we constantly try to experience what that region is like, our own perfect form, not necessarily our angel form, yes, for our perfect form is in the Brahmapuri, but in terms of the deity form, they're our first birth, because the memories and the sanskaras of our first birth are actually embedded in the soul. So we can start to actually recall those, and that's one of my practices in the last few months. Actually, was thinking about my first birth and the sanskaras associated with my first birth, because they're there in the soul. It's just bringing them forward. It's bringing them out and experiencing them again. So one of the things I did was I went down and I was standing on a beach. I mean, I'm at Baba's Retreat Centre in Australia, in Melbourne, and it's only a 10-minute drive to the beach. It's a huge bay and a big body of water, and the sun actually sets on the water. So I was down there and I was standing on the sand watching the sunset over the water, and I was having yoga with Baba. I was having remembrance of Baba because it was very nice. There was hardly anyone around, very peaceful. And the sunset was actually quite dramatic, and as you do, funnily enough, down here, you get very good sunsets over the water. And I was actually talking to Baba. I was saying, Baba, I mean, this is like, nature at the end of the cycle, sort of how beautiful and dramatic and it is, and it was for a Kali beach, it was quite peaceful. So I was having this conversation with Baba, and then all of a sudden, it was like I could see I was like I was standing on the beach of the Golden Age. I could almost see it. It wasn't a vision per se, but I could still see everything in front of me. But it was like overlaid. It was like an impression on top of what I was seeing, but I was getting the actual vibration and the feeling. And I was standing on the beach, the Golden Age, and the vibrancy of the matter was just astounding. The color and the vibrancy, because it was brand new, pure matter. I mean, 100% totally pure and new. Amazing sort of energy, color, and vibration. Baba was giving me this experience because I guess I was chatting with him and I was having some churnings about the Golden Age and about nature. And so, of course, if you connect with Baba will give you a nice experience. If you make the effort, Baba says you take one step forward, Baba will take two steps towards you if you take one step towards Baba. So these sorts of experience, I think, will happen more and more. I mean, I've had many, many experiences like that. I mean, so many different experiences of something being superimposed. I mean, the experience that Baba's giving is being superimposed, but each time I had either just come out of yoga, a very, very deep yoga, and was thinking about what I had experienced and was furthering that experience by churning about some things. And so Baba was giving another experience on top of that. So it's very, very interesting, and it's a good way to actually get a very, very clear feeling and picture of what the Golden Age is going to be like. But of course, we have to make that effort. We have to think about the Golden Age. And lately, I've been reading the Visions of the Future. I've started actually at the end of the book because the end section is about the Golden Age. I've been reading that first, and it's very, very nice, very, very lovely. You get a very nice feeling from it. So, I mean, methods like that are really, really good to try and give yourself an experience of the Golden Age.